This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, good evening. So,
Hi, Shavil. Good evening.
hi. So we will
Hi,
wait
good
for a
evening.
couple of minutes and then we will start the session as people are still joining. So we will just wait for a couple of minutes. Hi all. So thanks for joining and welcome you all to the day 3 of our Tosca training session. So is anyone have any doubt from previous two sessions? Is anyone is having any doubts? Okay, fine. I'll take it as a no, and we will just start with the today's session. So I got to know from my team that uh, some of the few students have already requested to have the extra session. I mean that will be available for all, and from Monday onwards we will be having the exclusive sessions for the students who have enrolled it, right? So what I got to know from my team. So yeah, let's start with today's session. I will just quickly review yesterday's pointers. So those who are new here today, it will be a quick recap for them. And before we start, I would just like to clarify a few things like as a part of this enrollment or this training session, you need not to carry anything apart from your time. You just have to spend 1 hour of time during this session. Each and everything we are going to provide you from the license and all, and then Tosca installation, SAP access, and SAP files. Each and everything we are going to provide. You need not to pay any extra amount for that. Okay, whatever the training amount you are paying to the institute, that is everything is covered in it. So license cost also you need not to pay. That trial license we are going to give you from Monday onwards. We are going to start installing the Tosca on our machine on your machine so that you can do the practice by your own at home once we complete the specific module or specific feature of the Tosca. I'm going to give you the assignments. You can do the practice at your home as well whenever you get some time from your busy schedule. Okay, so that will be a kind of free hand for you. You can take a benefit of it. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to clear before we start with the today's session. The topics which we already have covered from previous sessions. I'm not going to spend much time on it. If anyone really wants to just quick recap, the video is available, access is available to all of you. You can go through it. But yeah, some important pointers from the previous session, which I feel are like from the Tosca and SAP point of view, and why Tosca is beneficial. So I'll just throw some light on it. Why Tosca is faster? It is a scriptless tool. We need not to bother much about what kind of scripting knowledge I need to have and what kind of framework I need to learn. Each and everything is provided by the Tricentis team. Tosca itself is a kind of framework. Definitely, the best practices can vary organization to organization. We have to just adopt once we land into that particular project. So that is again not a big challenge once you know what are the features available, what are the features Tricentis is offering, Tosca is offering. Once you understand it, it will not a big deal to get the benefit of it or to get the familiar of those best practices and all. So yeah, we also discussed some potential drawbacks of the Tosca and why SAP and Tosca combination is in demand nowadays. It is because of their strategic partnership with the Tricentis and I mean SAP has done partnership with the Tricentis team, and in future they are going to work together for the few innovations which the SAP is going to provide, and those Tricentis team will just incorporate those changes from the automation point of view in the Tosca. So these are the some pointers which we discussed yesterday. Why it is important, because Fortune 500 companies, just Fortune 500 companies. It is not just about Fortune 500 companies, but across the world. I mean, ERP, wherever the ERP is required, wherever the HR operations are being performed, the SAP is playing very important role over there to maintain their processes. And these are the I mean competitors to the Tosca. But why again Tosca is standing at the number one position? These are the pointers which we discussed yesterday, where in each and all aspects Tosca is standing I mean at the first position, where we can see some drawbacks in workshop, Catalan and UFT. Those are the I mean competitive few of the top competitors for the Tosca from automation point of view. Okay, so these are the some basic requirements in order to install Tosca Commander on your machine, and that we are going to see this installation part. Chrome extension is why it is important, and everything we are going to discuss if time permits in today's session. Okay, so these are the few pointers I just wanted to recap from previous sessions. So, yeah, yesterday, in previous two sessions, people were more worried about the timings or the time on which specific content I'm going to spend how many days. Okay, so I have exclusively created these PPTs for you to get the clear idea um, about the time. Okay, so how much of time we are going to spend on any specific topic, and that is really important to spend to build your understanding. Okay, so in introduction, Tosca setup and all, we are going to spend 3 days. I mean that not only in introduction because setup is going to take time. We have to raise the request, and all installation is also taking time. There also people will face some challenges. We are going to troubleshoot it during the live sessions only. So 1 or 2 days will be sufficient, and not 3 days. But yeah, in safer side, if anyone is really facing the challenges, then I have allocated one extra day for it. Next one, once we start with the Tosca module section, test case section, introduction, their overview and all, and downloading and installing Tosca Commander, workspace creation also is very important role, important I mean concept, where we are going to have the single user repositories, multi-user repository creation. So that also we will be creating, where we have to spend I mean 3 days. Okay, then we will jump into the model creation, which will be a first step of our automation. Okay. Without that, we will not be able to start the automation. Model creation is nothing but capturing the controls and their technical properties. Okay. So each and every information of any system under test, SAT is going to store in the modules, where module will capture the screenshot and their technical properties as well. So on this particular part, there are different operations. We are going to see what kind of operation from the maintenance point of view. We are going to see on the module creation and the test case basics as well. So 2.5 days we are going to spend on these activities. So these are the some pointers, important pointers. I have noted down. And then some of the features like action mode, buffers are there, and then synchronization techniques. We would require 4 days on it, and yeah, so duplicate, sorry for these duplicate slides. And then advanced test cases design and the reusability. Okay, so here we are going to see how to create the reusable tested blocks, which are nothing but the libraries. Okay, we are calling it as a RTBs. So this is one of the beautiful feature of the Tosca from the reusability point of view and from the maintenance point of view as well. So for on these two topics, templates and test sheet, which is nothing but the part of our TDS test data service TCD section. Okay, and if you talk about the certification point of view, it will come under TCD AS2 certification. Okay, this TCD part will come inside under the AS2 certification. And then next we will jump into the looping part. So looping if else while do test configuration parameters and all setting different levels of setting. We have global and local level of settings in the Tosca commander. So on this topic we are going to these topics we are going to spend 4 days. Then recovery and cleanup scenarios are most important features. Recovery, cleanup scenarios and reporting 1.5 day we are going to spend where we will be covering these three topics: record and playback feature, recovery and cleanup scenario, and execution and reporting part. Okay, so different reports are available that also we are going to see in deep how exactly it works. And during this also, it is not like that we are going to just continue with the covering the topics. During while covering these topics, we are going to automate the end-to-end flows as well. So don't bother about it if I have not mentioned it here that we are going to take care during the sessions. So that you will also get an idea how exactly it works during the practically how exactly it works. For the SAP, we are going to spend 4 days, okay, 4 to 5 days we are going to spend where we are going to cover the SAP basic, I mean, from raising the request of SAP access, from getting the SAP access, installing it, and doing the configurations, profile setup, and all everything we are going to see it during these 4 5 days of SAP session. And where we will cover the standard modules which Tricentis is providing as a part of standard subset and challenges which we are facing. And as I explained earlier, we are going to um, automate couple of flows as well, end-to-end flows as well. So apart from what exactly Tricentis has provided, we are going to see some extra topics. We are going to cover the challenges which personally I have faced while working on the SAP as well, because that will be one of the most important interview questions as well. What are the challenges you have faced, right? So we should be prepared for those interview questions as well, and I'm going to cover those topics as well once we jump into the SAP part. And after that, we are going to jump into the API testing, API automation. And along with the API, we will be going through the advanced modules as well. There are some advanced sections in the SAP. We are going to spend 7 days on it. Okay, these are the advanced topics which I'm referring here, which are nothing but dynamic comparison, result count, and then TC shell. Okay, TC shell is one of the beautiful feature of the Tosca Commander. If you have joined yesterday's session, I have demonstrated how we can print the report automatically, whichever the report we want, we can print it automatically, and then we can send the email automatically to the client as well. So whoever is new to today's session, I'm going to demonstrate, I'm going to execute it one more time so that you can also understand how exactly it works, how exactly Tosca supports end-to-end automation, whether it is kind of parallel execution, if it is CI/CD or email automation, or in terms of the data management, data parameterization, server maintenance, everything we are going to see it during these training session from basic to advanced. And then Tosca server setup, obviously, this is the setup is important in order to implement the test data services and distribution execution. So that also file I'm going to provide you, installation we are going to do during the live sessions only, and what are the features we can do that is again Tosca server is kind of admin's activity. Okay, we, for the end user like us who is automating or who is utilizing those services, that also we will be having the access, but we should know exactly how exactly it works, because in the interviews people are asking about these questions frequently, and this is highly rated topic in the during the interviews, Tosca server, and how you will install the distribution execution, what are the things you have to make sure at the time of installation, installing the Tosca server and configuring the distribution execution. Their server settings and client settings are different, each and everything. Okay, so these are the topics which we are going to say. And for the Salesforce, we are going to get the access or the trial version, Salesforce introduction, and automating Salesforce flow as well. So here I have mentioned only one day, because whatever the topics we are covering in previous 15, 20 days, it is a web-based on the web-based application only, except the SAP. So for the Salesforce, there is no value addition, I feel personally, because in the trial version we have the limited access again, and I mean, as it is a web-based application, so it does not make sense again spending time on it. Obviously, you have to get the understanding whether it is sales, if you are working on Sales Cloud or Service Cloud or CPQ or any other modules of Salesforce. That again will be a difficult to cover from the functionality point of view. So functionality understanding yourself, you have to get it. You will get the n number of material available over the internet for the Salesforce, but how to automate the Salesforce thing, that we are going to cover it. Okay. And obviously, this is very important thing from the completion point of view. So final review and the certifications. If you are facing any challenges during while taking any certification, once we complete the topic, okay, I'm going to call out it that this is the particular AS1 certification. You can take it up now. AS2 certification you can take. But after that, completing all the certification, there will be a final certification like architect certification you can take, or the product consultant certification. So if you need any kind of help, you can reach out to us, and from the certification point of view, and as well, uh, we are going to provide you some one or two mock interviews as well, depending on your interest, depending on your preparation. So that mock-up interviews I'm going to conduct, and I'll be helping you out to how to answer the questions if you miss any important pointers during the interview. And top of this, I have created some important pointers, important interview questions. Basically, those will be covering from the theoretical, and 80%, 20% theoretical, 80% practical based scenarios questions I have covered there. And those are, I mean, I personally feel those are really very important, because those are covering each and every feature of the Tosca commander. So that I'm going to share once we complete course of this Tosca basic to advanced training sessions. Okay. Is there any doubt in this?
Hi, Shavil, Naina here. Actually,
Yeah.
the thing is these days I'm hearing like whenever the people are attending the interviews, right? So
Mhm.
basically, all many of the questions are scenario based.
Yes.
Yeah. So scenario based, as in if we take the performance testing, for example, there are many kind of scenarios where the people will be firing the questions at. So even for the Tosca also we do have that kind of thing, or how it is
Yes.
actually.
Yeah, I mean, they will not ask you if you are going to show the experience, 3, 4, 5 years of experience after completing this course. They are not going to ask you the question right away. I mean, let's take the example. How they will ask, instead of asking how the while loop will work, what they will ask, I have let's suppose multiple checkboxes available here, okay, and I want to select all of them or few of them. So how you will perform the operation on it? Obviously, if you are new here, you will say that I will scan all of them. But if you are expertise, if you are going to show your experience, you will say that I will just scan one checkbox. I will make it dynamic. Okay. And there your implementation, how exactly you are going to implement it. That's how on this basis only they are going to analyze your skills with the Tosca. So yeah, obviously there will be I mean, scenario-based questions, and which I have listed down, and those also we are going to cover during our training session itself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Any question? Okay, then I'll take it as a no, and let's jump. Yeah.
Shravin,
Yeah.
sorry for the delay. What about the SAP Fiori one? Can you just show me that screen once?
Yeah, SAP Fiori will also means we are going to cover the SAP Fiori as well. But again, means is the way we are having the limited access in the trial version. So SAP Fiori also we will cover. And I mean, how the challenges generally people are facing with the SAP Fiori is for automating few of the controls. So that we are going to cover during the SAP Fiori. So 40 days of trial access we are going to get, and how to get that 40 days of trial access on the SAP Fiori, that also we will going to see.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Thanks.
We will yeah, also we will automate one flow there, which is again based on the SD only, creating the sales order and all.
Yeah, that should be helpful because I'm from SD only, SAP SD.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. Again, I mean, the way, I mean, in the SAP GUI, at least in the trial version, we are able to process till PGI, okay, post good issue. But in the SAP Fiori trial license, we are hardly able to reach out to the transferring the order, okay, transferring the order. Till there only we are able to reach. But yeah, we will just try to use maximum features of the SAP Fiori. And obviously, if you are expertise in it, you can suggest any flow in it which we can, I mean, we can automate during our training session. So that will also be we will cover. Okay, there is no issue. Means if everyone is getting some benefit of from this trial version, and by using your expertise in the from the functional point of view and my expertise from the automation point of view, definitely I'll be happy to spend couple of extra days on it.
Okay, yeah, I have some like a whole module, like whole flow. I'll
Yeah,
give it to you. Like I
yeah,
can show you as well.
y- yes, yes, sure, sure. Yeah,
Okay, thanks.
no problem.
Shavil, one more thing. Actually, we are including this API also for this Tosca automation, right? So
Yes, right.
actually, when it comes to API, we have other tools like Postman and SOAPI or Rest Assure, everything
Yes,
like that,
yes.
right? So what is that difference that between those and this Tosca here actually? Because we can
I mean,
automate
see.
the APIs there also.
Yes, yes. But if you see in the Postman, if you want to execute, then you have to execute it one by one, right? So in the Tosca, as I said, that it is a complete one-stop shop, right? So they do
Mhm.
not want to leave any feature which we cannot automate. As we can automate the SAP, Salesforce, rest of application, web application, so why not API? So API
Okay.
also is one of the beautiful feature they have provided. Apart from, if you want to use the parameterization in SOAP, okay, SOAP or let's say Postman, okay,
Yeah,
Postman.
yeah,
So
yeah.
parameterization is bit difficult over there, but here in the Tosca, by using our standard feature like TCD and all test case design section, test sheets and all. So parameterization is really very easy, and reusability obviously again we are going to achieve maximum reusability here in the Tosca API.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah. So you will get to know how exactly, if you have worked on the Postman, then definitely you will be able to find the difference between Tosca, I mean Tosca and Postman, because it is really very easy in automating the API in the large scale. Believe me, I mean, I have automated. I got one project to automate test cases, so I have automated 500 APIs in just 10 days in the Tosca. So it was really very
Okay.
easy, straightforward. So the speed, the way we can, I mean, automate the APIs in the Tosca is really very straightforward and easy one.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah. Because of the reusability, means once you scan, once you create the module for any, let's suppose, request, then you can utilize it in a number of test cases. You just have to update the data in it. So data parameterization you can do and just drag and drop and reuse it. So here it will save your 99% of time on it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the first topic of our training session, because since last 2 days we just had an introductory session, but from today onwards I just wanted to start some important topics, because in interview this is first question which is being asked: what is the model based test automation? How exactly Tosca works? So you can just consider, let's assume that we have one application, e-commerce application, where here is the profile. Okay, your profile will be here. Here are some header menus. Okay, links or buttons are available. Assume that, and here you can see. Let's assume that here some filters are available. Okay, but in any e-commerce application, filters are there. Search, okay, product search is also available here, we can assume it, and there are some products. Okay, so this is the basic structure I am mentioning. Inside the profile you are having the profile page, setting links, okay, in this drop down, and then logout button. So this is our simple application. So how exactly the model based automation works here? Assume that we want to handle the filter feature, okay, filter functionality here. So what you will do, you have to scan, you have to capture all the filters in your module. Okay, you have to capture all the properties of each and every filter which is listed here, in order to test the functionality of the filter. So what you will do, if it is a feature, let's suppose boy filter is there, then inside that parent child filter will be there, like shirts, t-shirts, their trousers and all. So in order to test, let's suppose t-shirt filter, what you will do, you may have to navigate from parent to child, and you have to capture all the technical properties, if it is id, or if it is class, or if it is inner text, outer text, by which practic properties, if it is getting uniquely identified, you are going to capture it, right? So in short, you will be capturing their technical properties and storing it. Similarly, if you want to search, if you want to test the search filter, or search filter functionality, you will capture the control of the search text box. You will store it and you will create the module for it. And same for the header menus. It applies for the header menus, right? So you will store this in the module one. You will store these particular controls in the module two. You will save these controls, their technical properties, in module 3, and so on. Similarly, for the profile, you will store it into module 4. Now, as you are capturing all the features, that collectively, that particular component, collectively, we are going to call it as a module, where we are storing the technical properties of any web element, or SAP control, or any API control as well. So this is collectively called as a module one, where we are storing the technical properties of system under test, which is nothing but SUT. Okay. So similarly, if you want to reuse it into the any kind of test, once you create the module, you just have to drag and drop it into your test cases, and you just have to maintain the order of the modules. You will get an idea. I'm just trying to explain it here, but once we jump into the actual application, then you will get an idea. So you just have to maintain the order of the modules. Like, what does exactly it means? If you just talk about the sequence of accessing any application, obviously you will do the registration there. Okay, registration you will be doing. Then you will do the login. Okay, then you will jump into the profile settings. Then you will start applying the filters, then adding the product into the cart, and then checkout process. Right? This will be the logical sequence of adding any e-commerce application. So this is how exactly it mentioned: action 1, action 2, action 3. We have created one module for it. We have captured all the controls in it. We have stored all the properties, their screenshot in one module, and Here in module folder, we are storing all these data. And if you want to use this in any kind of test cases, let's suppose if you are testing the login feature, you might have captured the username and password, text boxes, their properties. Okay, you might have captured in this module. So you will add it here. Then again, next module will be there like profile settings. So you have added it here, and the sequence you are just following. Yeah, the way you want to perform the operation, you just have to drag and drop the module and create your complete test case. Now, once you add your test data or the modules, it will call as a test tape. Okay, test tape. And in this test step, we have to provide the data. Okay. So what data, what kind of data? Like here, let's say the example, you will be providing the username. You will be providing the password here. Okay. But from where you will provide this particular data, we will be able to call from the test case design section, which is nothing but the TCD, TDS, and directly also hard coding you can do here directly into the module test step value level or test step level. You will be able to provide that particular data at the test step level. Okay, so these are the multiple, there are multiple ways how to provide the data from external sources. You can directly capture the data from the test sheet as well. I mean Excel as well, test sheets as well, which is nothing but the TCD section, and TDS as well. So this way our model-based test automation tool works. So this is a very basic overview of the module and the test case, how exactly it works. Okay, how exactly module fits into the test case and how exactly test case will fit into the execution list. What is the use of execution list that we will see in next upcoming slides. So if you just compare how the difference between model-based and any script-based automation tool, so this is how our Tosca structure will look like. This is our test case. Okay, it is asking to enter the vehicle data. So what I have done, I have created the module. I have captured the make. Okay, so make text box was there. So I have captured the data or the technical properties. Okay, and then similarly engine performance, year of consumption, number of seats, and all. So these are the basically web elements available on our vehicle insurance application. Okay, now this is how our I mean module will look like once we drag and drop that module into our test case. And this is the data. Okay, this is the data which we are providing into the test steps. So this will look like this. Now, if we, I mean, from the readability point of view, also you can see in the vehicle data, we are entering this particular data for all the parameters which are available. However, if we compare this with the script-based tool, we have to write down the code and then we have to provide the data in it, which eventually defeating the purpose of readability. Obviously, if the framework is properly defined by experienced architect, then again, whoever is having the knowledge on the any uh, what we can say language, that will be easy for them, but who do not have any understanding, you can simply achieve the readability here. And again, I mean, I'm repeating it again, from the maintenance point of view also, it is giving us the picture clear idea what exactly we are missing here and how we can optimize it. So this is how our, if we compare model based and script based tools, this is how it will look like. So next one is our Tosca architecture diagram. So this is the basic architecture diagram which I have I got. Okay. So the most important part of the Tosca commander is nothing but the repository. So repository are, there are two types of repository. Okay, one is single user repository, and another one is multi-user repository. Okay, so here single user is nothing but on-premises on-premises single user repository where you will be storing all data, each and everything, whatever the test case, whether you have created the modules or the test cases or execution list, each and everything will be stored on one single machine. So third person or any other second person will not be able to access the data which is available on the single user repository. However, if we just talk about the multi-user repository, my team I mean, I'm working with the team, more than one person. So their multi-user repository is advisable. So in this way, in this case, if I'm doing some work, okay, if I'm automating any flow, I'll be creating the modules. I will be creating the test cases. So those test cases, once you do check in all, then will get dumped into the our multi-user repository. And second person, you can just take update all, okay, update all, and that person can see what you have automated. And from the reusability point of view also, whatever the modules you have created, that person can reuse it in uh, his application or his test cases as well. So here you need not to bother about how exactly it works, what are the check-in on, what is the checkout, what is update all. I'm talking about that each and everything I'm going to see. But this is again one of the interview question. What exactly you will do once you launch the Tosca commander? So obviously the answer will be like, I'll take the update all from the repository and I will see what exactly changes people have done on the repository, and if anything is there which I can utilize for my automation purpose, I can reuse it in my project or in my test case as well. So this is about the repository, which is kind of brain of the Tosca, where data, each and every data will be stored. Now, this particular repository will always be continuously in sync with the Tosca commander, okay, where we will automate each and everything where the data will be stored. I mean, where our models will be there, modules, test cases will be there, and automation activity will be carried out on the Tosca commander only. Okay, all the automation activities and the execution activities will be carried out on the not execution activities. For the execution activities, we have the executor one, but all the automation activities, maintenance, debugging, and all we are going to do in the Tosca commander. I will share the screen and I will open the Tosca commander and will just share the screen how exactly it look. Means how exactly the screen is Tosca commander screen. So next specific component in the Tosca architecture is wizard. So wizard is nothing but we are capturing the controls of any web element. Okay, so those controls we can capture their properties, their screenshots, identification using different identification techniques that we can achieve using the wizard. Okay, so wizard will basically scan the web page. Okay, whatever the web page is available, it will scan and it will the show us whatever the components are available on the screen. So it will look like this. I will just show you. This is the wizard key screen. Okay, so uh, you can see here I have the web page, the Tricentis vehicle insurance web page available, and these are the controls. This is the link available, visit support, search support, and these are the tech. This is the text box, this is the button, and these are the links. Okay, you can by looking at the graphical their icons also we can get an idea how what kind of control is available. And you can see here this wizard screen is able to capture all the controls along with their properties. Okay, so this we will see in detail once we jump into the topic, but let's try to focus on this architecture first. So basically wizard will also in sync with the Tosca commander. Okay, from here whatever the data we are going to capture, that will be again stored into the Tosca commander. Once we automate each and every test case, okay, once our test case automation is done, then we jump into the executor. Okay, so this executor will help us to execute the test cases. Okay, which I mean based if you have automated the test cases, SAP test cases or any web application, Java based application or TCP IP, this all we will be able to execute on the with the help of SAP I mean executor, Tosca commander executor. So this is again in sync with the Tosca commander, where execution will store the results, and those particular results will get stored into the commander. And from the Tosca commander, test cases will be pushed into the executor. It will execute the test case and it will return the reports or the results into the Tosca commander, where it will store the data, and this commander will again store the data into the repository. Behind this scene in the Tosca commander, we will be having the workspace. Okay, that workspace we will be, I mean, this workspace will be stored on our local machine, and that workspace will be again in sync with the Tosca repository. That we are going to see once we create the workspace from the backend, how exactly those are communicating with each other, and everything we will see during the once we install the Tosca commander, and once we create the workspace, that time we will see these topics. And obviously, this particular wizard, again, there are different engines available to scan the controls. Okay. First important is HTML control. Okay. HTML engine is there, one important engine. Second engine is, let's suppose SAP is there, UI engine is there, Winx. Okay. Winx is one of the engine is available. Excel engine for the Excel automation, and PDF engine, and last not but not least and important one is Vision AI. So these are the engines available in the Tosca Commander, using which we can scan the controls which are available. If the controls are not getting identified uniquely using HTML engine, then we can jump into the UI engine with the UI engine. If it is not, then Winx engine will help us. For the SAP engine, obviously the name itself is, straightforward. But by looking at the name only, we are getting to know where exactly we have to use which engine, and Excel and PDF engine for the Excel automation and PDF automation respectively. And this particular Vision AI engine, I discussed about this Vision AI. This is kind of capturing the images and able to control those images into the HTML tags, whether it is links or whether it is radio buttons or it is check boxes or links. Any standard HTML web element, this particular Vision AI engine able to convert. So this architecture is very important from the interview point of view. If someone asks you what is the explain me the Tosca architect, so you have to mention that there are four components available, major 4 5 components available. First one is repository, second one is Tosca commander, third one is Tosca wizard, and a fourth one is Tosca executor. Okay. And a wizard itself, this particular engine, it is a part of wizard only. So you can mention the different engines which I have noted down earlier. Okay. So, and you can just explain what is the significance of it. You might not be able to correlate it now, but once we jump into the Tosca commander, we will understand the feature of each and every component. So do not worry about it, but just try to remember these components. These are the most important components, and highly or frequently asked one of the interview question as well. Any doubt in this Tosca architecture?
Um,
Um, no.
hey Sharwin, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, this is Rupa here. So, when you said there was a repository is going to record everything, I mean the updates or
Yeah.
the changes, whatever we make. So,
Yes.
when we open the wizard and look, like you have shown the wizard, and you have shown there are it captures the properties and controls. So, whatever we
Yes.
do in the wizard, that information is also stored.
Yes. So
That log
what
is also
Wizard
there.
will do? Yeah.
Mhm.
What Wizard will do? Wizard will, in short, it will create the modules. Okay.
Okay.
It will create the modules. Those modules will pushed into the Tosca commander. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, as Tosca commander is in sync with the repository, those will get stored into the repository. So
Okay.
it will always be in the sync. Everything will be available on Tosca commander and repository. So we
Okay.
just have to push the details or changes or automation, automated components into the Tosca repository. For that, we have to do the check-in all.
Okay.
And once you do the check-in all, then only it will push into the repository. Till that time, it will be stored on your local workspace.
Okay. 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 Got it.
Okay? Yeah,
Yes. Understood. Thank you.
yeah. Any more questions on this? Okay, yeah. I'll take it as a no. So yeah, this is about the Tosca repository. Tosca repository is the centralized database where all the test artifacts, as I explained earlier in previous slide. So test cases, module, test data, and everything will be stored. And I mean, it is going to collaborate between the test developers. Okay, so as a test automation engineer, we are calling ourselves as test developers. So collaboration between the test developers can be done, and all the users which are available, which are accessing the repository, can access the data, all these data, test cases, modules, and test data, each and everything will be able to access it, to ensure, and also it ensures the version controls as well. If something goes wrong by mistake, okay, in the version 1, version 2, we have the separate version history available. Let's suppose in the version 4 something goes wrong, something got deleted, so I'll be able to easily able to revoke the changes to the previous version. Okay, so that version history is maintained here in the Tosca repository only. So what is the repository and workspace? Okay, so repository is I mean, common workspace or common database, we can say. However, the workspace will always be in the sync with the repository. Okay, so this is the repository and this will be a workspace. This workspace will be on your local machine. Okay, and we just have to push the changes on the repository, so that we have to make the connection in between these two components, which is nothing but the repository and workspace. You can definitely get all the data from here. You can see what I can reuse, and what my team is doing currently, how many test cases they have automated, if they are following the best practices or not, and each and everything. And if you want to reuse anything, you can use it in your test case. And then once it is done, then you can similarly push the changes into the repository. Okay, so workspace is nothing but the local entity, and repository is nothing but the common entity, we can say, right? So it is just simply a replica of repository, but at the local environment. So we can simply push the data and get the data by doing the check-in all and check-in and check-out operations. And one of the operation is also update all. Okay, one operation is there apart from these two operations, update as well. So by performing these three operations, we can simply interact with the interact with the local repository and our workspace. So this is the difference between the repository and workspace. But do not worry about these things. We are going to see in detail once we start creating the repository, workspace, and all. So repository thing we need not to worry about. Once we create the workspace, automatically a repository will also be created on our local environment only, as we are using one single machine. So we need not to worry about it. But in practical scenario, how exactly it works, how exactly we have to connect to the repository and all that, we will see. So you can see the purpose. It stored the shared data. However, in the workspace, it stored the local data, whatever we have automated. Version history can be tracked here, but it here we do not have the option in the workspace. Okay, in the local or workspace. So accessibility for this, if you want to connect with the local repository in real scenario, for that we need the database connection. That connection string we have to provide there, then only you will be able to connect. But here, as it is available on the local, we just have to sync our data with the local workspace. This is how our Tosca Commander screen look like. Okay, so you can see here we have the multiple header menus available. Okay, home menu, view, tool, versions, and all. And these are the tabs. Okay, these are the important tabs available: test case, modules, requirement, test case design, execution, issues. If you are logging any issues, that also can be tracked, and configuration and test planning. Okay, so this is main ribbon. Okay, Tosca Commander ribbon. These are the tabs, different tabs available. And here our test cases can be managed. So these are the test case. You can see test case 1, test case 2, test case 3, and so on. So this is basically a project tree. It will look like this. And if you want to see any detail view, okay, I can just see the vehicle data here. But what kind of operations you have performed, if you just click on this vehicle data, it will give you the bigger view of it, detail view of that. So inside the vehicle data, I have selected the make, BMW from the drop down. I have provided the engine capacity. Okay, here how many kW it is, 185. what is the date of manufacturing. This way we can provide. So it will give you the detailed view, and each and every section is having the properties. So all the properties of modules or test cases, everything will be stored here. Okay. So we will just jump into it later, but I think, yeah, Tosca wizard also quickly. Let's see before we wrap up today's session. And whoever is new, I will just demonstrate. I will show you how exactly Tosca is able to automate end-to-end activities before we conclude today's session. So in the wizard, here we can, wizard is capable of capturing all the controls and their properties here. And obviously, we can select the target controls from here. But if you are not interested in looking this bulkier structure, you can simply use this option, select on screen, and select the control directly on the screen. There are different identification techniques are here that we are going to see in detail. Self-healing, one of the beautiful feature of the Tosca, that also we will see if the properties or if properties is changed, then how self-healing will work. If you want to expand the child of this element, obviously there will be a multiple child controls available. You can simply expand it and get an idea of the child controls as well. Filtering is also available if you want to filter, if you are interested in just capturing the check boxes. Okay, just select the filter option and then select the check boxes or links or radio buttons or generic controls, each and everything you can do. If you are not able to find any control here, whichever you are interested, you can just simply search. You can just click on search and type the keyword of those particular control. It will return here. Okay. And if you want to highlight, okay, highlight is also there. Whatever the control you have selected, if you want to just highlight it, you can simply select the highlight option. It will highlight the control on the system, SAP or our application. Okay, this is how our wizard will look. Any questions till here? So yeah, I'll take it as a no. And before we conclude today's session, whoever is new, so I would just like to show you how exactly Tosca is compatible with automating the different applications like web application, desktop application in SAP. And here I have created one flow where we are performing couple of operation on it. Then we are generating the report as well. You can see the report file is not here, and then it is going to send the email to the client as well. So that complete end-to-end flow I have automated so that you will get an idea how exactly Tosca works with the different applications. Okay. So meantime, till the time execution is going on, you can ask me any questions, whichever the question, doubts, queries are concerned. If you are having, please feel free to ask me the questions so that from Monday onwards, we are going to have start the installation and we are going to jump into the getting the access of Tosca Commander and all. Okay. So please feel free to ask the questions now. Okay, the Tosca Commander is
Uh,
open. I forgot to close the Tosca Commander. That is the reason it is the execution is stopped. So I will just simply close the execution. Yeah, you can ask the question now. So now here you can see the execution is triggered. License, Tosca checked first whether we have the valid license or not, and then execution is triggered. Now it will open the applications one by one, and then here we will see once the execution is over, here we will see it will generate one report file, and then it will send us the email as well. Okay. Meantime, please ask the questions if you have any. So here Tosca
Uh,
launch the web application and then it will enter the username password and it will do the verification whether login is successful or not, then it will log out from the system. Yeah, please ask the question.
yeah, hi Sharvi, Bashit here.
Hi Basit.
So for interview questions, you will be covering topic wise
Yes.
or only at the end of the course?
No, during the course also, I'm going to cover the interview questions, and at the end of the training, also I'll be providing the interview question. You can go through it. If you have any doubt, you can reach out to me that at any point of time.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Shavil, actually, I have one small request. So the thing
Yeah.
is like, okay, if you want to explain this, you can tell them.
No,
There,
you can ask your question.
yeah, actually, it's not a kind of question, it's a request actually. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever you are taking daily that whatever the concepts we cover, right? If you at the
Mm-hmm.
end of like every session daily,
Mm-hmm.
if you just recap the interview questions and like the answer or something, so that we can make a
Yeah.
note on
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
yes, thank you.
That anyhow I'm following it, but yeah, I mean, a good suggestion at the during the session as well, and at the end of the session also, we will try to cover the interview questions and how to give the answer of that particular concept. So now, as Tosca launched the SAP application, we will just see here. It will create the report file. Okay, so I will just keep refreshing. Okay, you can see the report file is generated, and here inside this I do not have any email. This one is yesterday's one, so it should trigger one email here. You can see now we have received the email. So this is our end-to-end process where we are able to handle each and every application, and then it is completing the regression execution. Let's say that this is a small set of execution, but at the end of the execution we are able to send the report as well. So if I will just launch the Tosca commander and we will see the logs as well. So meantime, I would request everyone, whoever is interested, please enroll for this Tosca training, because next batch, this particular batch will take let's say 30 working days, right? Next batch is going to take 1 2 months of time, and again you will be able to complete that session after 2 months. So don't miss this opportunity. You may have to wait for 4 5 months. Okay, again. So don't miss this opportunity. Get the benefit of this batch, and then get yourself trained on the Tosca topics. You can reach out to my team or the WhatsApp. The number, multiple people from my team are available in our group, so you can reach out to them for any queries and concern, and you can post the message in the group. You can reach out to me personally as well if you are having anything to discuss with me. You can reach out to me over the WhatsApp. You can ping me over there. I'll be able to address your queries over there. So yeah, you can see here, this is today's logs, okay, 30. We just have executed at 21:24, 4 minutes ago. These are the three applications we have automated, and this particular email part also we have to automate explicitly. We have to provide some extra commands. So that also is executed by the Tosca at 21:27, 9 o'clock 27 minutes. Okay. So this is how our logs will look like. So with this note, I would like to conclude today's session. If anyone is still having the doubt, please let me know. Or if it is not, then we can uh, conclude today's session. And I would like to just mention one thing. From Monday, we will start the installation. I will be providing you the business email IDs. Most important thing to get the license is business email IDs. Okay. So we are going to provide you, Institute is going to provide you the business email IDs On top of that email IDs, you will be able to get the access of the Tosca license, and uh, I mean, you will be able to use it for your certifications as well, that particular email, right? So that those steps we are going to follow from Monday onwards. So please join the session on Monday. Please be on time so that we can, I mean, whatever the plan we have, we can complete or cover those topics within the decided time frame. Wishing you all very happy
Yeah,
weekend.
one
If you say,
Sharvil, sorry.
yeah, yeah, okay.
Sharvil, are you going to help us to install Tosca server in our local machine?
Yes. I'm going to help with the Tosca server installation as well. Because
Yeah,
without the server installation, we will not be able to interact with the test data services. Again, it is a part of Tosca server and distribution execution also. So that we have to do. And I'll be providing you the Tosca server exe file, and then how to access, what are the credentials you need to provide over there, what are the configurations we need to make sure while installing Tosca configuration, Tosca server, that we are going to cover.
yeah. Thank you, Sharvil.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Shall
Yeah. Yeah,
just
Hemant.
one question. Um, anyway, for SAP, we have a separate wizard, right? Like that, if I have any kind of a other client server applications, like a thick client application, so is there any separate wizard for that, or which one we used to use?
For the SAP, we are having the separate SAP engine. Using that, we can capture the, uh, I mean, all the controls of SAP GUI. And for the SAP Fiori, it will be a HTML engine only.
Yeah, non-SAP desktop applications, I'm asking.
Non-SAP desktop applications, mostly those will be able to automate using the HTML engine. If it is not, then we have the UI engine and Linux engines to automate the to capture the controls.
Yeah, sounds good. And
Yeah.
yeah, one more question actually.
You
Suppose,
mean you are referring the legacy
yeah,
applications here, I
yeah,
guess.
Linux application.
Yeah,
Some of the
yeah.
companies they own
Yes.
legacy desktop
Some of the
applications.
companies are still using the legacy applications, but now there is a huge trend, huge spike in migrating the legacy application to the cloud application. So, yeah, I mean, still legacy application are supported here
Mhm.
with the Tosca. Different engines are available. We can utilize those engines to capture the control and to identify each and every control over the
Yeah,
legacy application as well.
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, thanks. And the other question is, I mean, if any application, if any objects are not identified, uh,
Mhm.
yeah, is there any workaround for that? How we are capturing if any objects are
So yeah,
not
yeah.
identified, the tool?
Y- Yes. So different identification techniques are there. If it is not, if you are not getting any technical properties, then anchor is there. Even if anchor is not working, then index is there. Image identification is there. Okay, and image-based control is also one of the topic available. So I mean, there are various ways, and using those, we are able to identify the controls.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you all for joining today's session, and please join on Monday, and I would like to see you there for these Tosca Basic to Advanced training sessions. Try to get maximum out of this training session. Okay. Have a happy weekend and enjoy the day. Please feel free to reach out to me over the weekends as well. I'll be available over the WhatsApp. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to me personally as well, and I'll try to address your queries. And for any payment related queries, you can reach out to our team. So multiple contacts they have provided in the WhatsApp, you can reach out to them. Thank you so much. Have a happy weekend.
Yeah, Shavil,
Bye bye.
tomorrow we will not be having the classes, right? So on
No,
Monday we will
tomorrow.
have, right?
Yes. Monday we will be available.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
Shavil. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, Vikrant, you have any questions? Okay. Yeah. No problem.